Welcome back, everyone. Toys here, and I am back yet again to give you guys another fresh look. And today, we're totally going to be checking out the brand new NECA Toys offering for the old 80s cartoon show. Some of you may remember, some of you don't. Some of you, like me, went back and watched it again after getting the first round of figures. But yes, this is from Defenders of the Earth. And we got the last two figures that we needed for the team. Good old Lothar here, looking all mighty. And of course, the mysterious Mandrake the Magician. Doctor Strange, Zatara, right? But Lothar here, very cool packaging. Overall, nice window box, Defenders of the Earth. And then, of course, on the back side, you get to see all 5 figures for the Defenders of the Earth wave. You get nice little artwork from the show. A little bit of a write-up if you want to go ahead and screen grab this. And then here's everyone involved with the creation of this figure. So thank you very much for that. Here's the barcode for Lothar. Look for them coming soon at Target. And then, of course, Mandrake the Magician, who, he looks very cool as well. Nothing like getting a magician for your toy shelf, right? Here's a little bit of a write-up for good old dapper Mandrake right there, and the barcode for him as well. Now, keep in mind, these are going to be available at Target soon, just in time for their Fall Geek Out event. It's back, and if we haven't learned from the Haulathon and everything else, you know what I mean? Just relax, take your time, go in the stores. You'll find this stuff eventually. If you don't find it this week, look for next week. If you don't see it next week, you get the idea. Eventually, and if you do have to venture to a couple Targets, I myself got to do the same thing. I got to find some neutrinos and whatnot. But just take your time, and you should know that it should be well stocked. And of course, online for the Fall Geek Out event, Friday, September 2nd and the 9th, we'll have products available as well. As to what they will have available, it's anyone's guess. But I'll specifically be talking about stuff that you can find in the store. That's where I'm going to help you out. But in either case, this is going to be fun. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee. This is a look at the brand new NECA Toys Defenders of the Earth, Lothar and Mandrake the Magician. So, of course, here are both figures out of the packaging, and you do get quite a few accessories. More so with Lothar than Mandrake, but Mandrake, well, we'll kick it off with him. So again, if you've ever wanted a magician guy in your collection, well, look no further. Look how dapper that guy is right there. Look at that top hat. He's going full Vegas show right there. Very, very cool. Down to his sweet spats. Nice paint overall. The white and the black actually work together well. There's not overlap. It looks pretty clean. And up to the face sculpt. That's a nice looking face sculpt. Kind of Walt Disney-ish, right? Maybe like an old-fashioned Tony Stark. He's got a really cool cloth cape. It's got a bendy wire right there. You can do all kinds of magic tricks with it if you like. But it's a nice sheen on one side. Nice black. And there's sheen and glitter mixed in with the black of his suit, which is really nice and reflective sense. And of course, no magician would be complete without his magic magician's cane right there. Very nicely done. Yes, if you're wondering, it's totally removable. It's a black piece of plastic with a little diamond on top, some silver paint. And yeah, he just looks all kinds of magician-y, doing his thing, throwing birds and whatever else the magicians like to do. Watch the cartoon. You get a better idea. And then you have this blast effect. We've seen this with other releases in the Defenders of the Earth. You get the same sort of blaster as well. Nothing like seeing a magician with a blaster, right? It's very cool nonetheless. And of course, this will fit on the end of the blaster. And I just love that effect right there. It always looks cool, from the Phantom to Flash Gordon to now Mandrake and Lothar. A little bit of a preview. But you got the small blast as well. It's a little boop of a blast. Very cool. Fits on the end. Looks nice. You can go either way with that. It's just very simple but effective. And then you get a number of extra hands. Yes, just like the old Defenders, you get a little bit of a flake that comes off with the paint. But very expressive hands. Very cool nonetheless. Weapon-holding fisted hands. You got the whole shebang right here. Now, one thing I will tell you, mine's a little bit off. I don't know if this is going to affect all of them, but this part right here, see, if I remove the head, which comes off easy peasy, you can't get this off. It's glued in. You have the cape, then the collar piece. The collar piece needed to be a lot lower because it looks like his neck is really long. It just doesn't work. There's too much of a gap. So just keep that in mind if you're going through them on the shelf at Target. maybe you'll find a good one here and there. Also, unlike the other Defenders of the Earth, the Wave 1, those were very brittle, right? You had to take your time with these. Not so many problems. I have, let's say, they're a little stuck here in the arms, especially at the shoulders, but the joints in the elbows are fine. They'll spin. He's got double jointed. The arms, nothing besides the shoulders that you really have to worry about. Again, at least on mine, he's got the waist. He does have a little bit of an ab crunch to him, which I would have never have thought, but it is in there. It kind of sort of goes forward. It's something. It's not like there's nothing there. The legs, totally fine. The knees work. They swivel. You got, again, the cool shoes. You got toe articulation, everything, ankle rocks, pivots, all that kind of stuff. So very cool articulation. Again, nothing you really have to worry about, but at least on mine, just go real easy in the shoulders. You don't want to have any probs. And then with Lothar. Lothar is the standout of the two. I really like that head portrait, number one. There's a lot of paint. There's a lot of detail on this guy. And everything is painted. The buttons, just there's a wash on all of his pouches. This looks like it could kind of connect right there. It can't, but you get the idea. It's sculpted to the nines on this. More so than it needs to be for Defenders of the Earth. Go figure. But the pouches, all the little, like, for lack of a better word, rivets and buttons and whatever silver pieces. And you got a rope and a backpack and the belt, the back, all the silver buckles. Everything is painted on this guy, and it looks fantastic. You got a little silver shine right there for his Flash logo. Very cool. And again, I like the head portraits on him. Unlike Mandrake, no problems whatsoever in articulating this guy. He's got perfect shoulder. You've got some really cool bicep. And you do have a bit of an ab crunch. It'll go down. Well, actually, it's pretty solid of an ab crunch. At least it's got some momentum there. You got it at the waist, the head. The head will move to and fro, up, down, left, right. Nothing as far as thigh swivel, but the legs will go out, and then you have boot cup rotation. It'll pivot, it'll move, you got the toes. One thing I will point out, though, at least on mine, again, the ankles are a little bit loose. Then you've got the same type of blast effect that comes with Mandrake and the rest of the Defenders. Same gun, but again, it just looks rad. It's a nice effect piece. I love really cool functional effect pieces that just function well, right? You can also put the blaster right there, so he does have weapon storage. Totally dig that. He's got a very teeny tiny knife. Great paint on that. Very nice sculpt, and he can hold it just like that. Just don't lose it. Don't drop it. I'm telling you, I've dropped it once, and it took me a while to find it. And he's got knife storage right there on his chest. Check that out. Slips right into there. Very cool. I love when weapons have places. You got 2 extra fists. Again, very expressive hands. Very nicely done. Weapon holding, fisted hands. You got it. And then you have this little tiny beep of a boop right there. A little thing that goes on the end of the gun, just like Mandrake's. It's very nicely done. It's functional. Totally works. And then this is surprising that they went the extra mile on this. I love a figure with string. This is how I used to play with my toys all the time. Put a little string and Spider-Man zoom around Toy Biz style. This is all articulated, opens up, it's a big grappling hook, it extends, he holds it well, you can hold the line. I love the way that this thing looks. He's got great accessories, much better than Mandrake's, right? Very functional accessories. That's why he's the highlight. He's got paint for days, articulation's pretty solid, and he's got the little grapple with the string on it, which I absolutely love. And of course, it all folds back up, and you can put all these down and wrap the string around it and put it any which way, right? Have him in his hand, kind of wrap it around his arm if you want to go that route. It's just very fun to do all that. Just old-fashioned fun. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, overall, I mean, these are pretty solid action figures. I got to give it to them. I mean, for Defenders of the Earth, think about it, right? But now the team is complete. Technically complete. We'll just say it's complete. I'm good. I got the 4 main characters and that little purple Muppet thing right at the bottom. But yeah, even with, we'll say, with the articulation and the problems with the first wave, they've vastly improved on the plastic and all the different articulation problems. Remember that? Things weren't going so well. Now, I haven't had any personally. I just kind of had these standing still, or they just kind of move ever so slightly once in a while. But very cool to have them. Again, even Zuffy here with his little crystal thing. But it's always great to have a complete team, especially when Billy Zane is on the team, right? That's a great team to be on. And if you wanted to go the other route, if you wanted the more classic looks for Flash Gordon and the Phantom, yeah, they look good as well. Don't forget Ming the Merciless. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Ming is my favorite because he just, man, that's paint for days, sculpt for days. Lothar second, followed by the Phantom. And then, you know, who wants to talk about 4th and 5th place at that point, right? Hey, did you know that there was some NECA Toys DC Comics figures a couple years back that were, well, San Diego and New York Comic-Con exclusives? And dagnabbit, I think that this just goes together fantastic. Don't you agree? Batman and Zatara. Zatanna's father. Zatara, he looks great. So you can have a magician in the DC universe if you want to go that route. John Stewart and Lothar. At first, I thought it might have been the same portrait, you know, just minus the hair. Technically, you can have the first 2 seasons of Justice League, right, for John Stewart, or you can go when he broke up with Hawkgirl and go Justice League Unlimited, right? You can fit the Lothar head on the Green Lantern body. But in either case, 1, it's totally awesome to finally complete the team. 2, these are solid entries. And 3, I'm having fun with Defenders of the Earth of all things. But dang it all, do they look good on your shelf. So that is going to wrap it up for my look at the brand new NECA Toys offerings, Defenders of the Earth, Lothar, and Mandrake the Magician. And you've heard my thoughts, and now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything Defenders of the Earth. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, well, that's not it for the Defenders of the Earth. They got some more figures a-coming. And when they do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.